Like that motherfucker was trying to set me up like a fucking, like I'm some kind of fucking like sex shit. This story is about the effects of my mother and stepfather's decision. So basically, they decided that if I didn't get a good enough grades, then they weren't gonna let me work in the family restaurant booths at the fairs and carnivals all summer. Like, this is just a brilliant move. I'm being sarcastic. You know, you got a kid that isn't really meshing with the school system, right? And that's gonna be your free thinkers, your high IQers, you know, and the school system's set up to give those, to punish free thinkers and to give intelligent kids the ADHDs, DHTs, all that shit, okay? Because, I'll explain to you really quick, the smartest kids in the class, the teacher says it once. And the smartest kid gets it, okay? Now, the stupidest kid is sitting there not getting it. So the teacher repeats themselves and focuses on the stupid kid. Meanwhile, what do you think all those smart kids' brains are doing? They got it on the first time. Are they just supposed to sit there and think, I got it, 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 forever? That's how it fucking works? No, it doesn't work that way, you fucking piece of shit. You're dumbing down the goddamn country fucking intentionally, motherfuckers. Fucking with the smart people. I have a very high IQ. And let me tell you, school was fucked. Because they have no respect for free thinkers, and they don't teach kids how to learn. I mean, I could go on and on and on. So, I'm not doing good in these bullshit ass schools. And of course, it's my fault. Then, I, whatever, don't get good enough grades or whatever, so they don't let me work all summer. So what do I do all summer? I don't remember, but it wasn't working at the booths and all that, earning money. And the big point of this whole thing was that's how I was buying my own school clothes forever. Like, I can't remember, like, actually I can remember. When I first went to move in with my mom, living with my dad, transferred over to living with my mom and my stepdad, there was a huge purchase of Nordstrom's clothes. Totally got me, because she didn't like the clothes that I had while living with my dad. After that initial purchase, I mean, my mom would show up like with clothes. Like, here's a sweater, basically, or a sweatshirt or something like this, you know, infrequently. As far as like going out and buying clothes, or anything really, but as a kid, I mean, this was the 80s, so there wasn't, you know, like all the electrical items that kids could want nowadays. I mean, there was a little bit, but nowhere near what there is currently. And toys and stuff like that, but by the time, you know, you're in high school, it's not really about toys, right? But I literally had to earn that too, so. And I wash cars and all kinds of odd jobs. Anyway, so they bar me from fucking working at the family things, right? And thus, I don't get to buy any new school clothes. And I am pretty sure this is going from junior high school into high school. Pretty sure. Which just kind of, you know, locks in my low class status in high school. Like, oh look, the kid, he's in all the same clothes he was last year in junior high school, or it might have been between freshman and I can't remember. Dialing in years like that. You know, at one point I sat down and mentally went through a lot of stuff in my life when I had a lot of time on my hands and tried to arrange years and stuff like that. And I was really out of whack on some stuff, like, and I got myself straightened up a little bit on that. This is why I kind of put a little bit of validation in that Dianetics book. Not Scientology, but Dianetics. Because I think there's something to that. Because I've been knocked out so many times that there, you know, there's got to be some weird damage from that. And that's basically what the Dianetics is. So anyway, this whole thing that my mom and my stepdad, which, you know, at that point I think my stepdad was just like pretty much, you know, making all the decisions, had all the concepts and rearing kids and all this shit, right? So, you know, it was up to him. I mean, he's the one that thought it was a good idea to send me out to that fucking private school that was such a nightmare. And then, you know, he's the one that thinks I'm some kind of crazy, I don't know what, you know, specifically what he thought of me, but, you know, based on a few different things. I mean, the whole setup with the babysitter, with the babysitting thing, so, you know, the whole implying like I mean, this dude, my stepdad, and you can watch, like, I don't know if this doesn't have anything to do with this story, but just to give you an idea, and this is a whole story within itself, what kind of fucking person my stepdad was. He fucking set me up to fucking babysit his manager's kids. So the manager's wife brings the kids over, and we're all sitting upstairs watching fucking TV, and Frank just fucking goes, "Hey, why don't you take the girls downstairs and go change their diapers?" And I'm kind of like, prefer to just watch TV. And he's like, "Oh, you need to change their diapers." And it's like they had just fucking got there like 15 or 20 minutes. It was just weird, right? Probably why it's stuck in my head so fucking good. So I go downstairs to change them, and I'm like right in the middle of downstairs, right in the middle of the floor. And 5 seconds later, the fucking mother comes running in. Like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm a kid, so nothing makes sense until I reevaluate this shit as an adult, and it makes 100% sense that motherfucker was trying to set me up like a fucking, like I'm some kind of fucking like sex shit, pedophile kid or whatever. Number one, I didn't fucking set up the babysitting thing. Number two, I didn't tell myself to go fucking change these goddamn kids. Number three, I was just fucking changing, doing what I was fucking told. So that's what kind of fucking asshole my stepdad was. And he never liked me. He literally fucking wouldn't hook up with my mom until she got rid of me. And then I ended up back with her, and he was just like trying to paint this picture like I was this fucking problem because I witnessed a fucking shooting at a young age, that now I was all of a sudden gonna be a fucking what, a sex offending, fucking murdering, or whatever the fuck he thought. But that motherfucker straight up set me up. Straight up set me up. That's some straight up fucking piece of shit. A little kid. I mean, I was like fucking 12 or some shit, okay? And it has to be a fucking setup. Where the fuck, why was I babysitting and the mother was right outside the fucking door? What the fuck? She just got back early? I mean, come on. Fucking set that up. He put the fucking joints in the desk to be found that were probably oregano. Yeah, he was just a fucking piece of shit that literally had this fucking opinion of me, and then he was doing things to try to manifest his own, oh, see, I'm right. See, I'm right. Look, the kid, like, look, he was taking the little girls down there to baby, you know, like, what the fuck? And that, you know, the last thing my mother told me about him, he's scared of you. Goddamn right he should be fucking scared of me. That motherfucker set me up as a fucking pedophile, as a little kid, just because he's fucking thinks that shit. Like he's some like part-time fucking psychologist. Like, oh, I know everything because I'm a fucking school teacher, basically. Like, yeah, you know about debate and that debate class that you took. Listen, part-time psychologist motherfucker. You don't know shit and you set up a kid? Oh, fuck. Anyway, I just retold that whole story. That's a fucking important story, though. I mean, and that motherfucker's a pilot now and has kids, you know. Fucking asshole. He had a beard. I have a bumper sticker for beards. Ugly man's second chance. Sorry, dudes. Anyway, a decision to bar me from working so I can't make money, that's a setback in fucking high school by that dude, my stepdad, okay? For not getting good enough grades in a fucking school system that only rewards fucking sheeple. So if this motherfucker was actually any kind of something special at all, he would have noticed that I was fucking smarter than fuck, which they didn't really get through their fucking heads until fucking they gave me an IQ test when I was like 15 or some shit, right? Oh, oops. Oh, he's not a fucking idiot, pedophile, murderer because he witnessed a shooting when he was 8. Yeah. Fuck you, Frank. You're a piece of shit, dude. I don't wish negative on nobody. I hope he has a fucking wonderful fucking family, but I hope he realizes what a fucking asshole piece of shit he was. Manifesting destiny, you know, you got an opinion of what somebody's gonna be like, so then you do all the fucked up shit to them to try to get that to be that. And this was one of those things. Like, you didn't get good enough grades, so now you can't work. Where's the fucking correlation there? You don't get enough grades, you better motherfucking be good at working. Which I am fucking amazing. I work my own ass off. Most people don't fucking work, can't work their ass off, don't have a clue on what it's like to work their ass off. Or if they consider themselves working their ass off, they're probably not doing anything beneficial to the goddamn planet. Which I can't say I'm doing huge beneficial things for the planet myself. Okay? But I'm definitely not destroying the fuck out of the planet. My existence currently is only point full because I am trying to reverse the effects of climate change and trying to teach people better ways, cheaper ways to live, right? So this is my whole thing. And you know what? That doesn't make me some kind of fucking great person. I'm fucking, you know, just as much of an asshole as anybody else. Probably more so in some cases. Okay, in summary, to wrap up, and that story got sidetracked in a lot of different directions because I was trying to paint the overall picture of why that story is significant on telling a kid they can't work because they didn't get a good enough grades. Okay, and this it's just illustrating more illustrations on how my stepdad was actively trying to make me a fucked up person.